Rakeyan Hujung Kulon, also known as Prabu Gilingwesi, was born in the Sunda Kingdom during a critical period in the kingdom's history. He emerged after the reigns of Prabu Tarusbawa and Prabu Sanjaya, holding significant importance in the royal lineage of Sunda. The name Rakeyan Hujung Kulon refers to the western region of the Sunda Kingdom, which is now recognized as part of the modern-day West Java province. Meanwhile, the title Prabu Gilingwesi became more widely known in history, symbolizing a leader who was both militarily capable and administratively adept during his reign. Prabu Gilingwesi belonged to the royal family, a direct descendant of Prabu Tarusbawa, the kingdom's first ruler. His father, Prabu Wangi, was a respected leader, and upon his death, Rakeyan Hujung Kulon ascended to the throne. His lineage was crucial in maintaining the legitimacy and authority of his reign. As a young king, Prabu Gilingwesi faced numerous challenges in ruling the vast and diverse Sunda Kingdom. At that time, Sunda had a large territory that required careful management, both in terms of economy, military defense, and political stability. One of his primary tasks was ensuring the kingdom remained secure from neighboring powers, especially from kingdoms in Java and Sumatra who were eager to expand their influence. Under Prabu Gilingwesi's reign, the kingdom flourished. He implemented various infrastructural projects, strengthened the kingdom's defense systems, and developed diplomatic relations with neighboring states. A notable achievement was his enhancement of maritime defenses, essential for a kingdom located along the western coast of Java. Prabu Gilingwesi was also known for his wise decision-making, which earned him respect both from his people and neighboring realms. However, the king also faced internal challenges. Some regions of his kingdom grew discontent with his strong governance and certain policies that were seen as too strict. Despite this, his diplomatic and leadership skills allowed him to resolve these conflicts peacefully, which ultimately solidified his authority and expanded the kingdom's territorial influence. After a long and prosperous reign, Prabu Gilingwesi eventually passed the throne to his successor. He carefully selected a successor from within his royal family, ensuring that the kingdom's stability and the royal bloodline would continue. His choice to pass the throne peacefully marked the end of his reign, but solidified his legacy as a ruler who prioritized the welfare of his kingdom and people. The legacy of Prabu Gilingwesi was significant. He left behind a strengthened kingdom with a fortified military, advanced infrastructure, and a peaceful diplomatic standing with its neighbors. His reign is often viewed as a period of consolidation and growth, which set the foundation for future rulers to build upon. One of the most notable aspects of his legacy was his commitment to cultural preservation and the flourishing of Sundanese traditions. This was reflected in the kingdom's art, literature, and architectural advancements, which flourished during his reign. During his reign, Prabu Gilingwesi encountered a number of pivotal events that solidified his place in Sunda history. One of the most notable aspects of his reign was his ability to defend the kingdom against multiple threats, particularly from the neighboring Javanese kingdoms that sought to expand their influence into Sunda. Recognizing the strategic importance of a strong military, Gilingwesi invested heavily in fortifying the kingdom's defenses. He commissioned the construction of watchtowers, fortified cities, and a robust navy to secure Sunda's maritime borders, ensuring that the kingdom's access to trade routes and resources remained uninterrupted. Prabu Gilingwesi demonstrated military brilliance during a series of naval skirmishes with the rival Javanese powers, particularly the Mataram Kingdom. With his skilled military commanders and the newly established naval fleet, he was able to outmaneuver and repel any invasions, preserving the sovereignty of the kingdom. His leadership in these battles became legendary, and he was hailed as a strategic genius who was able to use the geography of Sunda to his advantage. In addition to his military endeavors, Prabu Gilingwesi sought to strengthen the internal infrastructure of his kingdom. One of his most significant achievements was the development of a comprehensive administrative system. He established regional leaders in key provinces across the kingdom to ensure more effective governance. This decentralization allowed local rulers to manage their territories more efficiently while still remaining loyal to the central government. Under his guidance, the kingdom also experienced a boom in trade, agriculture, and craftsmanship, contributing to an era of prosperity that lasted long after his reign. Culturally, Prabu Gilingwesi supported the flourishing of both Hinduism and Buddhism within the kingdom. He recognized the importance of religious and philosophical diversity as a means to promote social harmony and intellectual growth. Temples were built across the kingdom to serve as centers for worship, learning, and social gatherings. The king also sponsored scholars, artists, and architects, ensuring that the kingdom was a beacon of culture and wisdom for future generations. The reign of Prabu Gilingwesi was often associated with stories of his supernatural powers, which were passed down through generations and contributed to his legendary status. Many believe that Gilingwesi had divine protection bestowed upon him by the gods. It was said that he could communicate directly with spiritual beings, receiving guidance and warnings that allowed him to make wise decisions during critical moments. These supernatural abilities became intertwined with his image as a ruler who was not only capable in the physical realm but also favored by the gods themselves. His wisdom was not limited to worldly matters. It extended to the spiritual and metaphysical. There were accounts of him performing rituals to seek divine favor, ensuring the protection of his people and his kingdom. He was said to possess a deep understanding of celestial movements, using astrology and other divinely inspired methods to guide his decisions. His close connection to the divine provided him with the foresight needed to lead his kingdom through turbulent times and to protect his people from impending disasters. Another aspect of his mystical persona was the pusaka he possessed, a sacred heirloom that became a symbol of his royal authority. The pusaka was not just a tangible artifact, it was believed to hold great power and to be imbued with the strength of the ancestors. It was passed down through generations of the royal family and was seen as a divine safeguard for the kingdom. The possession of the pusaka was said to protect the kingdom from invaders and natural disasters, as well as to bring prosperity to the land. The relic was also believed to bless the king with eternal protection and to ensure that the royal bloodline would continue to rule with wisdom and strength. Historians and scholars of the period would often recount the power of the pusaka, with stories circulating about its magical properties. Some accounts told of the pusaka being used in battle, where it was believed to grant the king strength beyond that of a normal human. The object also became a tool of diplomacy, with other kingdoms acknowledging its significance and offering respect to those who possessed it. Even after Gilingwesi's reign, the pusaka remained an important symbol in the royal lineage, passed down to subsequent kings to maintain the continuity of the kingdom's divine protection. In his later years, Prabu Gilingwesi became more focused on securing the future of his kingdom. He dedicated his remaining years to ensuring that his successor was prepared to carry on his policies and protect the kingdom. Before his death, he held grand ceremonies to ensure a smooth succession. Prabu Gilingwesi passed away peacefully, surrounded by his family and advisors. His death marked the end of an era for the Sunda Kingdom, and his successor inherited a prosperous and stable realm. His burial was a grand affair, and his tomb became a place of pilgrimage for those seeking guidance and protection, testament to his enduring legacy. Today, the lands once ruled by Prabu Gilingwesi are part of modern-day West Java, especially the regions near Bandung and Cianjur, which were historically significant to the Sunda Kingdom. These areas still retain the cultural and historical significance of Gilingwesi's reign, and many local traditions and landmarks are linked to his rule. In contemporary times, Prabu Gilingwesi's legacy is celebrated in local folklore. His contributions to the kingdom's governance and defense are remembered in historical records, and his influence continues to shape the region's cultural heritage, architecture, and even the modern political structure.